Hi, welcome back to Pixie's Projects, or welcome in if you're new. Today we're doing something of a bit of a weird video, but it is tricks and treats, and I wanted to do this, so let's get into it. I'm just pulling out my sketchbook here because I kind of sketched what I want to do. David and I were at the store the other day, and he bought me a pumpkin. And when we were in the store, I named him Pete. And then when we left the store, we came home and I just kept saying that she was such a girly girl pumpkin. I don't know why. So I've sketched out a little kawaii face for her. And I do think this follows in the line of coloring as I'm going to use. Let me put Petra down. That's her new name. In the line of coloring, I will be coloring. So this video kind of counts, I think. I did shake these up ahead of time. I'm using my trusty acrylic paint markers, I hope. And this is the color I want to use right here for her cheeks. And then I have a black one, which I know this isn't very visible because I drew a circle first, but she's going to have a little winky eye. And then a regular eye over here. We're going to use the pink inside of her mouth. And that will be our outline. And we'll color this part in here. And then I have my white, which I will use for this little heart-shaped sparkle on her eye. We're just going to see if this is something that is possible. I've never tried to use acrylic paint markers on a pumpkin. I have used acrylic paint, so I'm assuming it can be done. I'm going to just grab some alcohol and a towel and wipe off my pumpkin so that everything adheres nicely. So I'll be right back. All right, I've got my plain alcohol that I leave in my stash of items. She stands well like this. I know you can't see her because it's the wrong way, but I needed to see how she stood. And then I'm just gonna spritz her. Oops, sorry, dropping things. And I'm just gonna wipe her down really good to make sure we have a very clean surface with which to apply our acrylic paints. And hopefully Miss Petra will have a face. I think I named her after Kim Petra, honestly, but whatever works, you know. All right, I'm going to stand her up again, just make sure I've got the right spaces. So where this little icky bit is, okay, that's one of her eyeballs. And then I'm going to grab my circle stencils, which I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure. I've got these, which are very tiny. The biggest one might be big enough if I want to make her face tiny. And then the biggest one over here or the smallest one over here might be too big. How big do I want these eyeballs to be? Let's go with the smallest one we have here. So I said it was going to be near that. There's like oh, it's not even a blemish. Okay. It's just a little waxy bit. So we're going to start our eyes there. And I'm just going to try and use this stencil because I can't draw a circle. So hopefully I can bend this around enough. Oh, that goes on so well. All right, so she has one eyeball. And then I'm going to want to carry that over, but leave enough room for her mouth. So I think that'll be good. Yeah, we'll make the mouth fit in there, that's all. I just want to check if we're kind of even. So I don't want her eyes to be wonky, like one being up high and one being down low. Although that might add to the pumpkin's personality. Who knows, she may get another name change. Okay, those are fairly even. I mean, one's definitely lower, but I forgot she was getting a winky eye on the other side. I wonder if I can alcohol that off. I'm going to leave this in the video so you can see what happens when you're not paying attention. Please, please, please. You can take them off with alcohol. Learning experience unlocked. So I should have left it on though because I need to make my winkies. It's okay. So she has one eye. Let's do her mouth next. I'm going to pull out my picture I drew so I can pay attention to what I wanted to do because I don't remember. And I know it's off camera for you, I think. But let's see if I can put it in camera. Probably not. Do that. Let's try that. Okay. So we've got an eyeball. And then we need her mouth. Do I want to give her fangs? No. Is she spooky? I don't think she's spooky. Let's make another doodle. So if her mouth is like this, and I've got her tongue like that, and I were to pull out 2 fangs, do I like that? Let's see. And then this side is a winky face. I think she's going to get fangs. All right. That was easy enough. So let's put the mouth on. And we have to freestyle that because, well, do we? I don't think we do. I think I can do the mouth the same way I did the eyeballs with a stencil. Or the eyeball that we saved. And the eyes on a kawaii, or the mouth on a kawaii face wants to go in between the 2 eyeballs by a little bit. And up in between them, not underneath. And we don't want a whole circle, so let's pay attention. And I'm not telling you guys that, I'm telling me to pay attention. So there's her mouth. We just have to bring it up and around. Okay. Okay, Miss Petra, you're looking good. So then I'm about that far from her other eye. And we're going to make her little winky eye. Oh, we're a bumpy bit, but that's okay. We'll just thicken up this wink. Like that. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, girl, Miss Petra, you're queen. You're so silly. Okay, so we need the pink next. If I can find the lid to my marker. I am like super excited about this, so I hope somebody somewhere is going to enjoy the silliness of this video. I do want to I want to put her cheeks like right under her eyes. And I hope this pink shows up. Yes, it does. We're just going to do little ovals and color them in. This one might need a second coat because it's so much lighter and it's kind of streaky, but that's okay. So she has one cheek. And then over here, because it's so weird, because I gave her a little wink, I just want to try and line up a little bit where the cheeks are supposed to be, because they'll be under the wink because her eye is closed. And I feel like Petra's got one big cheek and one little cheek. So let's get her spread out a little. And we'll color that in and we'll adjust as necessary. There, she's got some color and it's definitely too thin. So we'll just go back in. And we're not going to do that too many times because we could literally be here all day just making this oval bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't want to do that, and I'm sure you don't want to watch that. Okay, so it doesn't point down enough. So I'm going to pull it around like that. And now she feels more even. You know, it is what it is. But I was just so happy to like get her and bring her home and do a video with her. getting turned into the cutest pumpkin ever. So then we're going to do her tongue. And I had drawn straight across in the sketch. But I think I'm going to leave the little dot in it, like the divot. So I like that better. Okay, this is way easier than acrylic painting on the whole. Just coloring her in with this paint pen. All right, don't touch the other colors. Knowledge has been made. If you touch the black bleeds through into the pink. So that's going to be problematic when I go to put her sparkles in her eyes, and I need to prepare myself for that. So we might have to just use some alcohol and remove a little bit of the black on the eye. Okay, these are the right size now, except just right there, it needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so this is what Miss Petra looks like right now. And I have to stand her up so I can continue to work on her. And then we want to give her fangs, we said. So let me, like I said, I shook these up ahead of time. I am using, in case anybody wants to know, what are these called? These are Peter Popper Press acrylic paint markers. And then my white one is the One for All Molotow white acrylic marker. But I think any acrylic markers would do the trick. So we're just going to give her little fangs because she's like kawaii spooky, not really spooky. I should have done the right one first, being as I'm left-handed, so I could see what I did with the first one. There, now she has fangs. And I should go ahead and do the little eye sparkles now while I have it out. And I'm going to want to erase. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a Q-tip. Okay, so I grabbed a Q-tip and I'm just opening up my alcohol to get a little bit on the Q-tip. And then figure out where exactly I want her heart-shaped sparkly bit to be. And I think it's going to be about there. And now that I know I can erase, I'm beyond excited. Like, it's going to make my life so much easier. All right, so we're going to put the heart in that area. And I'll probably have to come back and add more black line. But I can draw that much of a circle. It's the whole circle that's confusing for me. All right, so now I've got my acrylic paint pen again, the white one. And we're going to go ahead and give her a really fat, not pointy heart for her sparkle in her eye. Oh my goodness. This is absolutely silly. So in the comments, let me know if this was something that interested you or if I just lost the plot somewhere. But I was super excited to bring this on and show you guys what I decided to do with the pumpkin. And I'm glad that on the way home they became, or on the way into deciding what to do with them, they became Petra instead of Pete. So now she has her little eye sparkles, which are just too cute. And then I need my black pen again so I can go back and finish off the eyeball that I erased. And I just made it a little bit harder because it would be, for me, I think it would be easier to do all the black and then come in with the white. But since I watched the black pull through on the mouth, I wasn't messing with it. So now we're just going to outline every little bit of the white and then color it in from there. And I'm not going to speed any of this video up so you can see the whole process in case you want to try this with your kids, because I mean, my kids are fully grown now, so I shouldn't even say that. They'll probably still want to do it with me. But I think this is like something that would be a lot easier for little kids to manage with acrylic paint pens. And you can find some cheap sets of them. So, they're not using your Archer and Olive acryligraphs or Primrosias, like anything that costs a lot of money. That way you can get them some cheapy guys and send them to town. They're non-toxic. They're just acrylic paint. Obviously, you saw how easily they washed off. So yeah, this isn't like a kid's craft channel, but since I'm, a big kid, it's kind of easy to say this would be a good kid's project. All right, so her little Winky is done. I don't like that there's just a little where the pumpkin ridges were. I don't want to go too far and erase her actual wink. There we go. And then I've got a color in the inside of her mouth. So it's black. And again, we're just going to outline everything because I don't want to drag the colors. So that might be the hardest part, I think, if you were to try and do this with children, is that, they can't paint over something really easily. But if it's a supervised or a group activity with parents, definitely something that would be easy to do. And I mean, I know when they're toddlers and really young, they don't like really draw anything. They just kind of scribble, but they might enjoy scribbling on their, well, in our case, this was $1.24, this pumpkin, at my Giant. As you can tell by the size of my hands, which are very tiny, that it's not a big pumpkin. And it was $1.24. Paint markers are in my possession already, so cheap and easy project. I was going to say for children, but for me. And I'm just cleaning up the line of black around the outside of her mouth because it got a little messy with the pink. All right, Miss Petra, girl, you look so good. Okay, so this is Petra the pumpkin. And she'll be here for the rest of Halloween. I'll make sure she says hi in a couple of videos. But if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. Tell me I'm doing okay. Because right now I feel a little crazy. But yeah, I didn't think I would be doing pumpkin painting on my channel. But there we are. So till tomorrow, friends, have a very colorful day. Bye.